Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Adam Josh. It's been a while since I've sat down on a video camera and talked. I think one of the last videos I did was a review for the Jameson twins book, latest book, Psychic Intelligence. Yeah. Psychic Intelligence and You. Yeah, this is it right here. So, Psychic Intelligence, tune in and discover the power of your intuition. So I read that book, one of the last books I read, and I enjoyed that. And since then, I've been working a lot. I traveled around a bit. If you go to the website adamjosh.com and read the last blog or the one before that, you'll see some travel stories. I traveled out west and through the northern United States. I like to travel. That was fun. And so now I've been back working and keeping busy. Today is Saturday. It's about 1 a.m. So this is my free time. And I have tomorrow to take care of some personal things and then basically back to work on Monday. Yeah. How have you been, more importantly? And I guess if you were to ask where my head's been at lately since I read that book, since I blogged, the last major video work that I did for myself was How to Be a God. The video blog, How to Be a God. And that was a lot of fun. I think I expressed some opinions in there that I've sort of had bottling up for a while. How to be a God. And lately, I guess where my head's been at is been mostly thinking about aliens. And I didn't write any notes or prepare anything to write to say to you today, other than that I wanted to talk about aliens. And I'm just gonna cross my legs up here. If I had to say anything about where my head's been at, it's been about thinking about aliens, life on other planets, life here on Earth that we're not being told about, and I guess hidden technology and secret technology that we've had as of like the late 1800s on record, and stuff that we just don't have access to now. When you think about the pyramids and the Easter Islands and all the different large monoliths and gigantic 100-ton granite rock stones formations all over the world that are just like impossible for us to recreate today with our technology, it makes you realize that there was something that has been lost, information that has been lost, or some sort of part of our history that's been lost, information that's been kept from the masses. And I guess as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that whether we like it or not, the masses that have been put into a class of, we are fed nothing but garbage, and in every sense of the word. Eat garbage, information is garbage, and we're the masses. There's these social elite, globalist elite, people who have access to life extension technology and off-world spaceships, maybe even off-world bases, and all sorts of fun, cool stuff that you and I will never see because we don't work in the research and development departments of Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, etc., etc. So some of that can sort of bum you out, but if you think about the awesomeness of life everywhere, life abundantly, that sort of can cheer you up too. So depends on what way you're looking at it. aliens. Something that I've been thinking about lately is, so there's a lot of, Bible Belt. Damn, Mexicans are stealing our jobs, and we need to have guns and kill them all, and guns and defend our Second Amendment guns and this and that for guns, and it's a constitutional right. And of course, I lived out west, so I own guns, and I'm not really, didn't mean to go off on a tangent about guns in this particular thing, because if guns are your culture or guns are your constitution, then who am I to say what you should do or what you shouldn't do? But what I'm meaning to address is just this, you know what I'm talking about, whether you're educated or not. There's backwards crazy guys who look at Mexicans taking their jobs and as a threat, and so we should enforce our borders and use our guns and arm and defend ourselves against this type of thing. And I don't know how close it would be to ever physically confronting that, and physically confronting these like a civil war type thing. So there's people that are racist everywhere. Racism is another big topic that I've been meaning to address, because racism is everywhere, no matter what culture you're in. I think there's even aliens that might be even a little racist. I don't know. Who knows? I haven't met them all. I haven't met aliens. You're an alien, I'm an alien. We're all aliens, I guess, that I've met myself. So these Bible Belt, worried about their Mexican taking their jobs and all that, worrying about their future. Imagine if literal aliens came to Earth and literal aliens started wanting to go to school with us, start working with us on Earth. Like, everything would change. But you'd wake up and realize, okay, I still have to go to work. My kids still have to go to school. There's aliens on this planet, but that doesn't change the fact that my job starts in 10 minutes and I have to go to work and my bills need to be paid. I don't think that the revelation of life on other planets or life here or other aliens or whatever on Earth is going to have to, that revelation isn't going to stop you from having to pay your bills. So, in the future, I guess we'll all mingle in with each other, and in that context of future, there's still going to be those, people who are just downright racist against aliens, because there's something that's always been brewing in the back of end time prophecy stuff that I've read, and Bible Belt or even messianic prophecies. There's this subtle undertones of one day aliens are going to return, and there's a large portion of people who will look up in the sky and see gods. There's a large portion of people who will look up in the sky and see aliens. There's a large portion of people who will look up in the sky and see something that man is doing with technology. And so the question will be, who's right and who's wrong? And the answer will be, if you're in that religious community, in that large portion of the religious community, you're going to be right. And if you're in that portion of the atheistic community who's only seeing technological advancements from humans, then you're going to think you're right too. And if you're a staunch believer in aliens and figure that you're educated in that regard, then you're going to be right. So, look at how many people differ over how many countries there are. I was linking to a video through my Twitter account the other day about that. And some people say there's 198 countries, and some people say there's 220 countries. So people need to agree on what a country is and what a country isn't, and your membership into the United Nations, quote unquote, doesn't make you or break you as far as being a country goes, as long as the United Nations exists. I'm sure that they will like to let you think that whatever they consider a country is a country. So, moving along, if we can't agree on what a country is, how do you think we're going to agree on what an alien arrival is supposed to look like, or what your gods returning are going to look like, or what your Messiah returning is going to look like? And as I've talked about before, it seems to be that we're all being set up for this returning arrival of a singular or a group entity of here I am, like an actual harvest time. An actual, oh, thanks for praying to me all these years because here I am. Okay, I want to rule and reign for 1,000 years over your earth. How am I going to do that? Well, lucky for you and me, we've set up a one world order, and United Nations is your one government over the whole world, and you have a one world army. That's good because that's easy for me to control. I don't have to worry about individual nation states and all that. So sometimes I feel like the New World Order, quote unquote, and the God of the Bible are basically working hand in hand. Like, I don't know if these radical Satanists, dark people who are so dark in the higher echelons of government know that they're basically doing everything that the Bible has said they're going to do, or if they had the Bible penned and are doing it all in reverse. Sometimes I don't know what's going on, because it seems like they all agree with each other. Like, they're praying the same prayer to different gods. Like, Hitler wanted a new world order. The God of the Bible is promising a new world order. These people like Hitler and his kids, they wanted a one world government, and so does the Bible. Like, if you read the Bible, I've done it in my life 13 times, it is calling for a new world order. A radical one world order. New world order with a theistic government, top-down dictatorship government, a theocracy. That's the word I was looking for. And if you don't want a theocracy, then you're going to be outside gnashing your teeth. Outside are ravenous wolves and yada yada. And if you're a part of that Bible Belt community where you're externalizing all your plans for your life, you're externalizing to your savior Hitler God, and you're externalizing everything that is good about your life, and you're externalizing where you go after you die. If you're externalizing all that, then that's what you're in for. You've externalized all your power to this Hitler God who has his own plans for your life, and you're just waiting for him to impose what he wants on your life, and you submit to him as a servant because he is your Lord, and you submit and flip the channel over by like 2 stations, or look on the other side of this big building and look at the other side, and you see another door, and this door is, oh no, we're Muslims, and we submit to Allah, and that door is wrong because they're calling it this, and we differ about this particular version of something, and we differ, but really if you look at it, over here they're submitting to the same external God type being, and over here are in the same building of externalizing your whole God and Savior and all that, externalizing all your power. Over here you have the Jewish door, and we're all externalizing and doing the same thing, but people are like, no, I go in that door, and Muslims are like, no, I go in that door, and women go in the door over there because they can't come in the same door with us, and Jewish people are over here and Christians are here saying our door is the only door. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me in this door. I'm the shepherd. You're the sheep. I'm one with the Father, and you don't, you have to come through me. And if you believe all that you need to externalize your power to some higher plane or whatever, some higher force or God being, then, you're going to be listening to me and thinking I'm crazy, because that's the realm of, reality that you live in, that you're right and I'm wrong. So where I have decided to side with whatever the truth is and let the chips fall where they may, you have decided in your mind that you are right because you've sided with your truth, where I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But I've been thinking also lately about reincarnation, and you reincarnate. Who's to say you reincarnate on planet Earth? Everybody's like, oh, maybe I'll reincarnate as a king or a cat in this life. Like, have you ever thought, hey, There's millions and billions and billions and billions of planets out there. Why do you have to reincarnate on planet Earth? I don't want to reincarnate on planet Earth. I think that's why people leave me alone. Because they maybe pick up from me that, I'm not interested in reincarnating here. I'm not interested in having power over millions or billions of people. I'm not interested in being worshipped or not being worshipped. I would just prefer everybody to let me say my things and do my thing that I want to do and leave me alone on my last trip through Earth. And it maybe pisses my friends and family off sometimes, but I'm leaving. I'm getting out of this place. I'm moving past your gods and your idea of what my gods are and the gods that I used to have and yada yada. I'm going past all that. And, I've always had severe disagreements with the gods that I've encountered here on this planet. Severe disagreements with the gods that I've encountered on this planet. But we were talking about aliens. Anyway, by definition, the Messiah that you read about in the Gospels is an alien-human hybrid. I don't know if anybody's told you that or not, but he was not fully man, he was not fully God, he was both, right? Fully man and fully God. He exists outside of time, he's the beginning, he's the end. At the end, maybe you didn't realize this or not, but at the end, he's ruling and reigning like Hitler, 1,000 years, a one world order, one world government with him as the king. That's why you call him a Messiah, because he's the king, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He wants to be the king over everybody. You get to rule and reign with him as prime ministers and whatever. And if that's your cup of tea, that you just crave power over other people so much, then I got news for you. Baby Jesus. Baby Jesus is for you, because that's what he's promising. Not only that, but he's going to send people to hell. Oh, yes. To burning lake of fire hell. Just like Hitler. Sending people to fire in hell. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that what you want? Well, that's crazy, Adam, because I love Jesus. Baby Jesus, no. If you read the Bible, you'd see he's sending people. Read the book of Revelation. Sending them to hell. Goodbye. Go to hell. I died for your sins. You're all going to hell. I don't know. Genesis chapter 6, God is just killing people, regretting and murdering, mass murdering. Who's mass murdered more people, Hitler or the God of the Bible? If you answer that question honestly, the answer is the God of the Bible. And you think, well, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So, if he was a mass murderer then, he's a mass murderer now. I don't know, if you want to worship mass murderers and externalize all your power to these type of people, then that's fine. And if you don't want to externalize your power to these people, you say, well, no, Adam, you're wrong. You are wrong. My God is not a mass murderer. My God loves unconditionally. Then what you're doing is making an idol in your mind, because this isn't the God that you're referring to. The God of the Bible is a mass murderer by definition. That's what he's done. He's mass murdered people. I mean, you can read the Bible yourself. I have 13 times, and believe me, the God of the Bible is a mass murderer. So is King David, and before him Saul. All these guys, mass murderers, would be locked up today in jail, in prison. Moses killed people too. Yeah, Moses killed people. He was a murderer. But we follow these people just like people follow Kim Jong-un, and North Koreans are just attracted to power. Save me! Oh, Hitler, save me! You are God! But people are crazy. You know, that's what I've been come to that conclusion. People are nuts. And that's what I just feel like sometimes. Whatever, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Whatever life I have left, maybe it'll be 100 years here. Maybe it'll be less than that. I don't know, but I'm leaving. And sometimes I feel like I should help and stay. You know, maybe towards the end of my life, I'll think, you know what? Maybe I'll reincarnate here again, and you know, I'll help people. Help people. I don't know. Your whole life purpose is to help people. Is your whole life purpose is to help people? Yeah, that makes it all make more sense, doesn't it? Help people. Help people like Tesla help people. Like he died broken, penniless. We're using alternating current today. Meanwhile, free electricity and all the death ray weapons and earthquake machines that he made. Those inventions were classified under national security, taken from him, and he died broken, penniless. Is that type of helping people? Helping people like when you try to help people, you get attacked and get called crazy and imprisoned or put on medication. That type of helping people. Helping people like going to a war. Helping people like fighting for your country. That type of helping people. Or helping people like becoming a famous speaker, where you go around and speak to people and tell them this is the way things are. Maybe that's helping people. What is helping people? I don't know. And why is helping people so important? Do you believe in time travel? Do you believe that people have time traveled? Aliens, man. It's aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Aliens. So there's life on other planets. There's life that we don't know about on this planet. And all this nonsense that we do here on Earth is being repeated probably over and over and over and over. And maybe there's already, groups of us who have got off Earth and reset, had a nuclear war, started again. What happened to Atlantis? Maybe they had technology to get off Earth, and then we were the leftovers. Who's to say that the 8 billion or 7.5 billion people or whatever that are on Earth right now weren't originally, our ancestors weren't the leftovers from a previous colony? Who's to say that? We were the first here? Why? Why do we have to be the first here? What if this is repeated thousands upon thousands or infinite amounts of times? We think that when we invented, the Model T, the Ford Model T, that was cars being invented. So vehicles didn't exist anywhere in the universe before we invented them? That's insane. It's like saying sound didn't exist before we recorded music. It's insanity. It's insane to look at the myriads of stars in all directions and planets and solar systems and say that we are the only ones that exist. But we've been lied to so much and withheld so much information from the cradle to the grave that we just exist solely in our entire landscape and etherscape of our minds on Earth and our problems. And a skewed version of Earth at that. We operate in such a narrow frequency, the majority, that it's hard for us to see outside of anything aside from our own lives and Hollywood television programming. And maybe I found it too comfortable around people like me. Maybe there was a time when we were all hanging out and everybody knew everything about everything and it was fun, and then it was like you're looking around and you get bored and you said, let's go backwards in time, or let's go backwards to when people were still figuring it out and incarnate there and have fun and try to sort life out. And it's like a big maze that you had fun unraveling, or somebody handed you a Rubik's Cube and you felt like it was a challenge to solve it. And I don't know what real helping people is anymore. And sometimes I just want to get off the planet. But you can't live in the vacuum of space because there's no oxygen to breathe, so you would die. And I don't feel like murdering this body vehicle that I'm in is the right way to go about things. I enjoy life, don't get me wrong. I'm a little bit tired right now, but I enjoy life. Life lives, it exists, it goes on. But I'm a lot more than this body vehicle, and every time I've had like a near-death experience or had like heightened awareness experiences, you start to really feel how limiting this body is when you return to it, because you realize like there's so much more going on. You feel those higher aspects of yourself, like being one, create in harmony with what you would consider a creator. You feel like you're one with your higher self. You're one with everything that people externalize. You feel like greater than all this or whatever, and then after those experiences are over, you come back down into whatever we consider our common reality, and you realize that there's so much more, and it can screw people up. Francis Crick discovered the atomic structure of DNA while he was high on acid, on LSD. Last time I did acid, I was 19 years old, and it was pretty amazing. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up. I keep rambling, so thanks for watching. In short, it's aliens, man. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. AdamJosh.com. Check it out. Follow me on Twitter @AdamJosh. Peace.